Hi, welcome back to Tea Time with your host, Monteja. Today is April the 18th, 2025. It's a Friday, and we're going to try to get this video filmed, edited, and uploaded today. So we have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and let's get into it. So we have Cal, Erica, Dorit, Bo, Sutton, Garcelle, and friend of Kathy, Hilton, and Jennifer Tilly. So the entire season actually was pretty cool. Cal and Dorit had, like, I think about half of the season arguing about drama and then coming to some type of resolution. And then we had a few minor things with Dorit and Sun. Well, not minor, but we had some things with Dorit and Sun sitting. And Bose just kept intertwining herself, having to reach back, and nothing is wrong with that per se, but Bose is new to the group, so honestly you can't, in my opinion, you can't speak on something you don't know what you're talking about, because these ladies have had years together, and there are certain things that you won't get because you weren't there during that time, and sometimes it's okay to be quiet or listen to each perspective and come up with a conclusion. But she didn't do that. The only perspective she listened to was Dorit, and it was Dorit and Dorit only. You know what I mean? And that's why I personally don't like Bose. I don't like her. Garcelle had a really great season, honestly. She had a thing with Kyle about Morgan, and then she had that little thing with Bose when Bose came into the house hollering at everybody. And I think that was pretty much it. Oh, she had a thing with Sutton as well. And that was that. Kathy didn't have any drama, really. And Jennifer Tilly had a little moment. Her and Garcelle had a moment with Erica at the table, because Erica was like, who said it? Who said that this was set up? Who said that was planned? Who said it? You know? Outside of that, the season overall was great. So I don't like Cal. I don't like Dorit. I don't like Erica. I don't like Sunday. I don't like Bose. I don't like this cast. Love me some Garcelle. Love me some Kathy. And I like me some Jennifer Tilly. So let's get into it. So I personally don't and have not seen it for these women for a long time. And this is like years of things. So personally, Kyle's storyline was talking about her separation from Mauricio. Also, the drama with Dorit's husband, PK. Now, Kyle, I definitely felt some moments, because, you know, when you love somebody and you've been committed to them and y'all have put time in and you built this bond, and it to go left like it did, or it to crumble, that's heartbreaking. So there were moments where, like, girl, I feel it. I feel you. But here's the thing, like a lot of people, they don't get divorced, they just stay separated, and I don't understand that. Separation, you know, Mauricio is doing his own thing with a woman or women or whatever he's doing. That is cheating. You have infidelity in the marriage. You are separated. That you are not divorced. You are separated. So legally, y'all are still married. So even if Kyle is waiting on Mauricio to come back for real, he still cheated on you, girl, during the separation. Because the separation is to take time apart, but also still be working on y'all relationship, not going out here and being with other people. Just saying, just like with Cal and Morgan last season, she was all up in Morgan phase, acting like that's her little girlfriend. You know what I mean? And when people call her out on it, it's a whole problem. I cannot stand people like that. Kyle and Erica sit up here to portray like, I've shared my life for all these years. But the moment somebody says something or question something or have a concern, oh my gosh, you're attacking me. And they harbor these things, and now they're hurt forever and they can't get over it and they don't move on. But you share your life and you're so real and honest. Please. Anyway, going back to Kyle. So basically, I don't like when people play these games. You are not getting a divorce, and this separation is all you're gonna keep doing for the rest of your days. That's insane. Divorce and actually move on, because y'all are both still cheating on each other, and y'all are still very married. And a separation does not mean it's over. The divorce papers finalizes that. So until it's divorced, I don't really care. I don't really care. I feel like you're playing with me right now. Get divorced and be done with it. Just saying. And then as far as the Morgan thing, she should have addressed it, because where is Morgan? I don't know Morgan. I didn't care about Morgan when she was on the season. I actually don't care about that she's not here this season. I could care less about Morgan, but she is in the tabloids and stuff. They popped it in throughout the season. Like, she's hanging out with Morgan, so why not address Morgan? Just simply say, Morgan, don't want to be talked about this season. Yes, we are still cool, but I have to respect her privacy, because I do love her and I do care about her, and respectfully, guys, I can't talk about her, but we're good, and that's that, or something like that, you know what I mean, and been done with it. But to not say her name at all, and for Morgan to be so bothered, it's insane, because she signed up to be a part of the show, and now we can't even say your name. Oh, please, miss me with all this. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too many people who act tough, and then they're little crybabies. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Simply address it and move on, because you can't act like she wasn't here. She was here. She was here all season. Y'all did a whole thing, and because you probably got some backlash, it's too much, you know, throw it out there and hide your hand type of thing. Whatever. Then Kyle and Dorit have moments, and they talk. I make sure I'm cake, because it's so annoying to see. But they have moments. Kyle, you're dead wrong. At the end of the, first of all, whether you're cool, being cool, I don't care. You should not be texting my husband. That's one thing that should not ever happen. I don't care how close, how cool we been. You should not have my husband number in your phone. That's one. And if you do, emergencies only. But messages, texting, you should never ever feel comfortable in your life to come to my husband to complain about me. Ever. Just like my husband should never feel comfortable ever in his life to come to you to complain about me, or ask you like why y'all ain't cool. No. The only interaction you should have with my husband is hi and bye. That's it. That was wrong. I don't understand it. And that's crazy. I don't play that. My man is my man. Because if I had your man number, you'll be losing your crap. Talking about, it's just memes. It's just memes. Girl, you wrong. And leave other people's husbands alone. Because you can dish it, but cannot take it. But anyway, Cal and Dorit comes to a resolution. Alright. Cal gets upset with Garcelle because Garcelle asked her about Morgan. And Cal took Garcelle off of camera and told her like why we couldn't discuss Morgan. And when Garcelle got on camera to ask her about it, Cal just was so hurt to her soul. And Garcelle was just like, well, I was talking to Sun about it. And she was like, what did you say? And the Sun said something. And Garcelle said, that is a lie. That is a lie. You said it was a chess move. And Cal was like, that's messed up. Something for you to say. Say that. And then that was that. Okay. Moving on. We're done with Cal. I don't have anything else to say. Erica. So this season, Erica was renovating this home that she does not own. And there's no shade to Erica, whatever, but I see other people like rent apartments and stuff, and they do this whole thing, and I don't understand why we invest so much. Now, unless you know you're going to be there, I would say 5+ years, I could see you renovating, right? But if you know you're there for the long term, right? But for people who move constantly, I don't understand why they spend all this money to renovate spaces. It's just like, it's not yours legally if they want to kick you out, or when your lease is up and it's not, it doesn't belong to you. I don't understand that people do that. But anyway, Erica's storyline this season is renovating this new space and getting her life back after the whole Tom Girardi situation. So, the bill was like over $30,000. I think it said $37,000, but over $30,000 to renovate. And I'm just like, it's actually a nice, solid place, and I don't mind the renovation. It was cool. But here's the problem I have with Erica. So she had a problem with Sutton this season. Okay, well, before we get there, she was in the middle between Cal and Dorit, and when it became too much, she bowed out respectfully because she loved both of the ladies, so she don't want no smoke. You know what I mean? So that was that. Then she had a moment with Sutton, and she keeps talking about the same thing. Girl, Sutton even felt like, okay, we didn't treat her so nicely. And honestly, they didn't treat Erica bad during her tough time. They asked questions, and if we are real friends, I mean, I need to know, girl, because this don't make no sense. You know what I mean? And again, y'all, you and Kyle claim to be so open, but when you ask questions, oh, I'm against you now. No, you don't like me now. No, all these things. If I can't ask questions in my friendship, what are you hiding? That's one. And two, girl, bye. I don't need you as a friend, because I should ask questions if I don't understand, or if I'm trying to get a better perspective on your viewpoint. You know what I mean? Anyway, seasons ago, Sutton has been trying to make Erica happy and make that friendship work. And for some reason, Erica keeps wanting to hold on this thing. So she want to say that Sutton kick these women when they're down. Now, Sutton was real nasty to Dorit this season, but so was Dorit to Sutton. So, 2 wrongs don't make a right. They were both wrong, and they both took some low blows. But yeah, so she says Sutton is such a great person, but she can switch up on them, and that's the part she is really most like bothers her. But I don't think Erica would ever see it for Sutton for real. And Sutton is like a little puppy who is begging for friends, and it's just really sad. She did the same thing with Kyle. We'll get to Sutton. But yeah. Anyway, Erica off camera apparently chewed out Kyle and Dorit during questioning her about Tom and all of that. And it's just like, y'all do everything else on camera, but the moments that count are always off camera. Okay. But she just go on and on. Erica would never really truly see it for Sutton. And okay, I'm not gonna keep saying the same thing, but yeah, I don't like Kyle. Erica, don't like Kyle either. Don't like Erica. She is a joke. And what she said about Garcelle in her interviews, they do press tours and stuff like that, to call Garcelle's you might have married a white man, ugly white man. Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. Okay? Garcelle homes, babes, she owns those. She owned those. This season, Erica said she couldn't afford to buy a home. She said that. She couldn't afford to buy a home, but she can afford to renovate. That's what she said out her mouth. Garcelle can afford her homes and pay for them to get done properly. It just sounds like you mad, sis. Sound like you jealous. Sound like you a hater on the front line. Because they had no beef this entire season. They actually got along and had some really cool moments. Anyway, moving on to Dorit. Now, Dorit's storyline this season was about her separation with PK. And how PK is not present in their relationship or as a father. And how she has been protecting her family because, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? And lying through her teeth. That's all she do is lie because she gotta protect her family. Here's the thing. You can honestly say that we're going through a rough time without bashing your family. You don't have to lie like it's all peaches and ice cream when it's not. Just saying. So basically, that was the Dorit thing. So Dorit and Kyle hashed it out. And I'm on Dorit's side with this one. Don't text my husband. Dorit said, don't text my husband, especially if you know we ain't on good terms. Well, I'm like, don't text my husband, period, unless I'm dying or something. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you should not text him at all. And I don't care if it's just jokes and memes. Jokes and memes. Text your husband jokes and memes. So stay off my husband's line. Okay? Play with that man, not mine. Okay, so Dorit and Sutton. Here's the thing, Dorit. Sutton has suffered a lot with her father passing, especially, you know, he offed himself. And he was self-medicating with alcohol. And so for Dorit to come back this season again, first of all, you and Sutton aren't friends. Y'all aren't even close friends. So it doesn't matter. And there are a different set of rules. We got to stop acting like the same rules apply to everybody, because they just don't. If we ain't close like that, the same rules don't apply to you that apply to my close friends. They know me like that. We talk, we hang out. I don't do that with you. You know what I mean? I ain't even cool with you. We ain't even in a cool space. So no, there are rules, different set of rules for everybody. Cause y'all, we ain't close to everybody, and people gotta stop acting like that ain't a thing. It's been a thing. It's gonna always be a thing. We ain't cool, bro. No, you can't joke about that. Garcelle can, I can, cause that's my dog, and I know she ain't coming from a bad place. You said that to be mean, because they discussed this last season, and Sutton said like she was pissed about it. So for you to come back again this season, I know your intentions was to hurt me and to take a dig, and you just thought I was gonna sit back and take it. Nah, but Sutton got on to that. Okay, but I don't know. They didn't really come to a resolution. But gotta get that cake off. All right, so yeah, back. Okay. So they didn't really come to a resolution, but towards the end of this reunion, Dorit was agreeing with what Erica was saying, that they like Sutton, they think she can be cool, but she flips a switch. And Dorit was like, well, yeah, Sutton, you know, we just need you to not flip a switch. And Sutton was like, yeah, I can work on my behavior. And so I think that maybe is closure a little bit, because, you know, she chimed in, you know. And Dorit had a thing with Garcelle. Here's the thing. Garcelle, about the robbery. Garcelle said what she said, and she meant what she said. Period. It's simple as that. And here's the thing. You can't you can't change nobody's opinion. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, people feel how they feel. All you can do is respect that. And also, instead of Dorit going on, you have no proof. You have no proof. Dorit cannot come to a resolution with Garcelle, but she can come with a resolution with Kyle. And I guess Sutton, when she helped and chimed in with Erica. You know what I mean? But when it came to Garcelle, she couldn't accept the fact that Garcelle said she was wrong, but she feels how she feels. You couldn't come to the terms of, Garcelle, girl, I don't agree with that. But I respect you. I respect you being honest about how you feel. I respect that you stood on what you said. And I respect you apologizing. And all I can do is accept that. And I respect that. You feel how you feel, that won't change. But you did apologize, and thank you. And so we can acknowledge each other and move on. But instead, Dorit was all day. And nobody chimed in, by the way. Nobody. Where's Sutton? Sutton Garcelle put her neck out on the line, strained a relationship with these women to have your back. Because she loved you like that. And she rolled with you like that. And every time it was a time for Sutton to step up, she was twiddling her thumbs. But that's all I got to say about Dorit. Don't like Kyle, don't like Erica, and don't like Dorit. Cry me a river. Fakest and phoniest of them all. Please. Alright, so Sutton's storyline this season was connecting more with her mom and getting closure on losing her father. I really loved that Augusta trip with Kyle and Garcelle and Reba and Sutton. I think that was beautiful. And this is another thing that Garcelle stuck out her neck. Even though Sutton warned her, like, her mama, you might not want to. But Garcelle stuck out her neck to make sure that your mom knew your concerns, to make sure you were heard, because that's something you couldn't do. You know, you couldn't just say it like that, and Garcelle said it like that because Garcelle had her own regrets about her dad. You know, she lost her dad as well, and she wished she would have gotten closure there, and she didn't. You know what I mean? So she wanted to step up and help her friend. You know? And instead of that, Sutton, you know, all she cared about is being in Kyle's good graces. But Kyle would never put her neck on the line for you. But Garcelle always has your back. Garcelle stuck her neck out. Reba did snap back. But Reba also said, I don't think that's none of your business. I don't think you know what you're talking about because you wasn't around. And Garcelle was like, yeah. And I mean, true enough, she wasn't. So she don't really know. But as you get to listen, you see Reba, and that's the thing. People do really grow up. Your parents are in a whole different generation than you are, a whole different world than you are. And I will say, as a child, you might not understand, but as an adult, you have to really recognize that the way people move and thought and all of that is really how they grew up. And if they didn't grow, and then also, some things are who you are, but sometimes people lose that core and they just conform. You know what I mean? So they don't, like, I'm an emotional child. I have always been. That's something that hasn't changed. And I've always been confident, and I always was able to speak my mind. But over time, I became shy and not able to speak my mind. You know, I conformed. That was beat out of me. You know what I mean? Not physically beaten, but that was taken out of me over years and years. You know what I mean? So sometimes we conform in ways. And then now I'm back. I'm naturally back. My confidence is growing. And I'm speaking my mind, honestly. So sometimes you get it back. And yeah, so you got to have grace. But I love that whole Augusta trip. And I'm really happy Sutton was able to have closure. Now, I actually like Sutton. But this season, I definitely will say, I could see her flipping out and spazzing and being hypocritical this season. I didn't enjoy that. I really learned that at this reunion, Sutton is very self-centered. She only cares about herself, and again, in the time of need where it was there to be there for Garcelle, all she could think about was these ladies were mean to me, and nobody likes me, and nobody wants to be my friend. Girl, these women won't see it for you, and they really might be jealous of that bank account too. Just saying. I'm just saying. Nah, but for real, these ladies will never see it for you. And the one true friend you had, you did not even see it for her. You couldn't even have her back. So Sutton and Dorit had a big blow up because Dorit implied again this season that Sutton was an alcoholic or had a drinking problem, or, you know. And she did that last season, and it wasn't cool then, and it's not cool now. Y'all are not friends. Dorit, y'all are not friends. Y'all are not friends. So for you to even, because Dorit kept hitting that, oh, there are a different set of rules because there are people who joked about it, and she wanted to say Garcelle, and maybe she did, but it was edited out. You know what I mean? And she wanted to say Sutton herself. Sutton can joke about whatever she wants. It's her life. That's her story, not yours. And Sutton and Garcelle are friends, close friends at the time. So yeah, different set of rules apply. Stop acting like every friendship is not the same. The level of closeness and what I share is not the same. There are levels to it, babes. And you meant that as a dig, and you knew that wasn't a joke because Sutton addressed that last season. Here you go again. And here you go again. Girl, please. So they had this, and you thought Sutton was just going to let it roll, but no, Sutton snapped on your butt, and she should have, respectfully. Now, what Sutton said to Dorit about the money, I don't like when people do that, weaponize like their wealth and thinking you better than me because you got more money than me. No, you're not. You might have made smarter moves than me, or you know, but that don't mean you better than me because you got more money. So I didn't like that comment, and but a low blow to a low blow, you know. And also, Dorit kept saying that Sutton buys people. Let's be real, Dorit. You did say if she give you a Kelly bag, it's forgiven. Now, whether you was joking or not, I don't think it was a joke because you are a material girl. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You are who you are. But let's stop acting like if Sutton didn't buy you that a Kelly or two, this wouldn't be forgot. Like, you would move on. So you just mad she ain't buying you. Okay, that's the real tea. Now, I'm not saying Sutton buy people, right? I don't think that she is. But if that's the rumor and Dorit wants to perpetuate, she can buy you if she wanted to. You just mad that you ain't on her roster, boo. Okay? Don't see it for Sutton because although Sutton had I love that she was open and she was able to make progress with her mom and her father and got closure there. She chose relationships with Kyle and Erica and never had Garcelle's back and left her out to dry. I won't ever see it for her. Bose, I don't like Bose. I don't like Bose. I don't like her. I don't like new people, right? That come in and act like they've been here the whole time. The only thing I don't like about Bose is that she really Bose at the reunion tried to make it as if Sutton was racist, and I'm like, girl, you besties with the most racist person on this cast, one of the most racist persons on this cast. Like, please, with all this passive aggressiveness, if you really knew the history, Dorit exaggerated and season after season has been passive aggressive and microaggressive towards Garcelle. But that's your bestie and that's who you got. That's the back you got. Sutton said Bose was angry. And when Bose came in, first of all, that ain't even Bose's house. You just came in this season. And so for you to be yelling at somebody like, y'all need to get up and move, I was like, and here's the thing, perception is different for everybody. So whether you feel like you were angry or yelling or not, somebody else could feel differently. And the only difference is, Sutton said, I think she was, well, I don't know why she's angry at me. Like, why is she coming at me like that? We got to stop being so sensitive to words. Now, Dorit will exaggerate. And none of that would have happened. None of that would have happened the way Dorit portrayed it back. But she would make it like it was this whole thing and it wasn't even that. But that's the person back you got. Versus somebody else. Like, I watched that scene and I felt like Bose was coming in a little too hot. Like, girl, did you even ask what was happening before you put your 2 cents in? No, you just came in like, wah, wah, wah. You know, you came in a bit much. We gotta stop being And I'm not just saying bows. I mean all these women with these words. Google the words, learn the definitions, and calm down. Now, I know with black women, stereotypes, I get it. But my gosh, it's not that serious. And Sutton, even watching the after show, I didn't see that as Sutton being racist, because Bose came in hot and she was very rude and very mean. Now, had Bose come in all lovey and concerning and, and Sutton said what she said, then I could be looking at Sutton with the side eye. You know what I mean? But that didn't happen. Bose did come in hot, came in rude, and it was just not it. And we got to stop making everything microaggression or race, or making it race-based. Racism is not dead. It is very much alive. But everything that happens is not racism. But that was Bo's perspective, and I can't do nothing but respect it. I just didn't say it that way. But she did say it that way. And that's fine if Bose want to see it that way. But you can't expect Garcelle to clock it. That ain't her job to clock it. Because she, you know what I mean? Only person that need to clock it is Sutton. The person you got the issue with. You can talk to him and move on and fix it. But your friend Bose that you defending, that you riding so hard with, Dorit has done this to Garcelle, where she has over-exaggerated. And time, she continues to keep doing the microaggressions instead of changing. But good luck, Bose. Now, Garcelle, that's my bestie. That's my bestie. We love Garcelle. She's awesome. Garcelle has said some things that, I mean, actually, I don't know, because I can't remember everything, y'all. But this season, I wouldn't have said what I said about, I would have never had the thought about Dorit's home evasion. I would have never questioned that. But she did, and that's okay. She stood on it. She apologized. All you can do is respect and move forward. That's all you can do. Can't change nobody's point of view. She said what she said. She meant it. That's it. Which is fine. But she also apologized, and she said it genuinely, and move on. That's all you can do. Outside of that, Garcelle did have a moment with Sutton where she felt like Sutton did not have her back. She was too busy trying to respect Cal, and she left Garcelle out to dry. And she brought that to Sutton, and Sutton just was like, twiddling her thumbs, and Garcelle was just like, whatever. And so you get to them being on the boat, and Garcelle was just like, I ain't saying nothing. We're going to see if your bestie Cal got your back. And did she? No, she did not. She left Sutton out to dry. Garcelle gets to the reunion. Okay. Garcelle and Cal. So, Cal was mad. First of all, when Cal walked into the reunion, Garcelle complimented Cal, and Cal ignored her. And you could tell that hurt Garcelle's feelings. Like, really, girl? That what we're doing? But you mad about a Morgan comment, right? And Garcelle was like, well, I told Sutton about it. And Sutton, she said, Sutton, what you said. And Sutton lied. And Garcelle said, no, babes, that's a lie. You said that was a chess move. And Cal was like, oh my gosh, Sutton, for you to say that is so messed up. But it's a time for Sutton to step up and be honest. And what she do, she hang Garcelle out to dry and to be made to look crazy, because they did talk about it. And Sutton acted like when Garcelle was gonna bring the topic up, she was finna help, and she didn't. She left Garcelle out there to dry. So Garcelle and Kyle had a moment because Garcelle brought up Morgan, and Kyle was like, we had a conversation off camera, and I told you why. And Garcelle was just like, well, we keep seeing you in the tabloids, so that's why I brought it on the platform, because if I don't, if I don't talk about it, it's, weird, because you're all in the tabloids still with her, So they had a moment. I don't think they really resolved it, but okay. Then Erica want to come in and say Garcelle and Sutton are boring, or they don't share their lives. And Garcelle was like, well, what do you know? And she was like, nothing. And Garcelle, after break, was like, F Erica, F her, F her. She should have said that to Erica's face. Because I would have had a lot more to say to Erica. Anyway. Then Garcelle and Dorit, obviously, that did not get resolved. And now Garcelle keeps getting questioned about Sutton, and here we go again. When it was time for why we didn't ask Sutton about questions for Garcelle, because Garcelle always has Sutton back. But when is Sutton gonna have Garcelle's back? Okay, Garcelle was just like not having it, and I was watching the reunion. I was like really trying to figure out like why Garcelle was so pressed. And then when you really sit down and watch the reunion and watch how everybody else interact. Everybody else pretty much came to a resolution for the most part, and if they agreed with something, chimed in and, you know, have each other back. But when it came to Garcelle, nobody chimed in. Every time, and then this was, shout out to Kempire. I watched his channel. He was like, you know, because if Sutton storms off, you got Cal, you got Garcelle, and her friend Jennifer Tilly. Then if Erica storms off, you're going to probably have Kyle and Dorit. If Dorit storms off, you're probably going to have Kyle and Erica. If Kyle storms off, you're going to have Erica and Dorit. You know what I mean? If Kathy storms out, you're going to have Kyle and probably the entire cast. You know what I mean? But when Garcelle storms off, not even Andy came behind her. And again, it's another moment for Sutton to rise up. Sutton didn't go behind her. And then when they was asking, well, Sutton, what's wrong? Why? Nothing good. Twiddling her doggone thumbs. Too busy trying to fit in with them. Because them your friends said, yeah. Girl, they joked about you going into the ambulance. Erica and Kyle joking, maybe Dorit too, I don't know, but I definitely know Erica and Kyle was joking about Sutton getting hauled off in the ambulance. That is not funny. This is not a joke. And what did Sunday do? So when you see how Garcelle is always, first of all, she really got along with everybody pretty much throughout the entire season, and now at the reunion, y'all are being really rude. Nobody is having grace or understanding or chiming in or having her back. And when she stormed off stage, her point was proven. Nobody came to her rescue. Nobody cared. And then at the end, Sutton talking about going to get food. Again, there she go, thinking about herself. So, you know, please. Kathy and Jennifer Tilly were cool. They're friends of. Everybody loves them. They were cool. Jennifer Tilly had amazing pieces. Of course, Erica would notice that. Because, you know, yeah. Erica and Dorit are so superficial. And that's really their substance and their core. You can buy their love. And they'll be okay. And they will have your back to the day you die. Buy their love. That's it. That's all they care about is money and materialistic things. And there's nothing wrong with that. But please don't get up on this platform and talk about showing more and more substance when y'all don't have it. Love me some Garcelle. Love me some Kathy. And I like Jennifer Tilly. She was cool. She was nice. This was kind of long, but that was my thoughts on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I thought this video would be too late, but again, I'm gonna have this over here on the screen. It'll be muted. Kim Barker came on and was like, Garcelle unfollowed everybody except Kathy and Jennifer Tilly, and respectfully so. And one thing I like, that even though Kyle and Kathy are sisters, even when Kyle and Dorit wasn't in a good place, Dorit was still cool with Kathy. And I can appreciate that, because it's like, it's still respectful. You know what I mean? And even when Bose tried to come at Kathy about her sister, she was like, she still had her sister back. You know what I mean? So I like that we can if they fall out with my sister, they ain't fall out with me, but it's still, we can be respectful and cordial to one another. You know what I mean? And I do appreciate that about Kathy. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you don't? Was I doing too much? Yeah, I try my best to remember everything. I have been under the weather, guys, so content hasn't been coming out as it normally would, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next episode of Tea Time with your host, Monteja. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on things you want me to talk about, videos, or questions you want me to ask. So I'll talk about the topics, and I'll answer the questions as long as it's respectful, all in the comment section below. Let me go edit so this will come out today for you guys. And then this video won't come out at 11 a.m., but that's okay. Sometimes I'm not on schedule. Ugh, there we go again. I swear, so annoying. And it's crazy because I be talking, and so I don't always be noticing it. But anyway, I'll see you guys in my next one.